Summerween, everybody! Woo! It's Summerween. It's Summerween. Um, yeah. Sorry, I've just been seeing Happy Summerween posts like all day today, and I have to laugh because I used to start celebrating Halloween after my birthday, which is next week. But now it seems like everybody's celebrating it on August 1st. So Happy Summerween! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spooky's Haven. My name's Shay, my friends call me Spooky, and today we are back in with another What I Watched This Month video. I have the book right here, that's why I'm like smacking it. I'm really starting to like these, even though this month was kind of a weak month for movies for me, like what I watched. If you haven't seen the other ones, the previous months I've done, go check those out. I try to do this every single month. I try to watch a bunch of movies I've never seen before, and it's not just movies from the current year, it's movies from like any time that I've never seen before, so going back to like the 70s, the 80s, if I have to, just because I've never seen it before. And it gives me a chance to expand my repertoire and at least be able to say, oh yeah, I've seen that, if someone asks me. So that's what we do here. That's what I do here with the What I Watched in a Month. And like I said, July was kind of a dry month. There was actually a lot going on in July, and it was a bit of a dry month for movies for me. So let me see, how many did I watch last month? Hold on. Alright, so this month I only watched 10 movies. I don't remember if that's a step up or down when I'm editing this. Editing, should I put in how many movies I watched in June? But it was like I said, it was kind of a dry month for movies. And I have to say, there was nothing I watched really that like blew the pants off of me like previous months, where like I find like that one movie that just absolutely takes me out and I'm like, oh my god, it was amazing. That's also because I did not see Evil Dead Burn yet. I haven't seen Evil Dead Burn yet, which I do need to watch because Halloween Horror Nights starts in like 4 weeks, and that's at Halloween Horror Nights, and I want to know what I'm walking into. So yeah, so let's get into what I watched in the month of July 2026. So to start off, speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, the first movie I watched was Hellraiser, and this is on, at the time it was on Tubi. I'm not sure if at the time of recording this it still is. I said this in a previous video, I think it was my other What I Watched in a Month video, that I've never seen the Hellraiser movies, and because they're doing a Hellraiser haunted house, I wanted to know what I was walking into. I will say this, and this is not a fault of the movie, obviously. The app started glitching, so there were times where like the dialogue was still going, but the screen was just frozen, and even if I paused the movie, even if I backed out and went back in, it would, or rewound to that other part, it would still do it at that part. I don't know, because Hellraiser 2 didn't do that. Yeah, spoiler alert, I did watch Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 2 didn't do that, so I'm really shocked that this one did it. But in any case, I did like it, I did enjoy it. I've told everybody this that I've watched, that I like when I told them I've watched this movie. It wasn't what I expected. I think growing up, you get like this picture of things in your head, and one of the things that I always pictured in my head was that Hellraiser was this like hedonistic and super hypersexual movie that was inappropriate and just definitely not something that like it's horror gone too far. And I can see why in the 80s it was a shocker, because I think that it is a bit intense for the people in the 80s. I do feel like that, but for me it was rather tame. I feel like once you've seen the Terrifier movies and you see the bedroom scene, once you see that, it's kind of like, this is all just child's play. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought it was going to be like really uncomfortable to watch, but wasn't bad. I did like the movie. I did like it. I will say that I would watch it again. It's definitely one I would check out again. Possibly buy the DVD so I don't have to deal with the app glitching anymore. I gave it 3 stars because it's definitely a product of its time. That being said, I think Kirsty is like the worst final girl. She did nothing for me. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry if you guys liked her. She did nothing for me. And like I mean, like she was just unremarkable, like completely unremarkable. But yeah, no, I definitely liked the movie. I thought it was really well done. And it's going to be a fun haunted house. I can tell you that much. Just from what I've seen in this movie, they got a good one. The next thing I watched is not actually. Okay, so this one isn't really like a full on movie, but the reason I included it is because it's actually on Letterboxd. So I was like, oh, I can actually like put a Letterboxd review on there. So I included it in my book. And the next one I watched was The Chair, which is another Curry Barker movie. Yep, we're getting still within Curry Barker movies. Um, by the way, I did buy Obsession when it came out, and I watched it several times since I've gotten it. Don't ask. But the chair is what people are saying is the inspiration for the movie Obsession, and I can see where the inspiration is in some of the shots and the way certain things are done. But it's not, obviously it's not exactly the same. It was not really scary, it was more sad than anything, and there's actually another horror movie on this list that is pretty sad. Um, and I can say this because it's really like it's very obvious, but it's also like in the beginning, like not in the beginning, but close to the beginning. It's about a guy who finds a chair on the side of the road, brings it home. His girl don't like it. She wants him to get rid of the chair, and then all of a sudden, while he's in the middle of arguing with his girl, he jumps back to being in the chair on the side of the road where he picked it up, and he's like, "What?" He gets confused. He goes home. Then the girl brings it home, and she's like, "Surprise! I got you your chair back." And he was like, "What, you hated that chair?" She goes, "Oh, I thought you would like it, again." And then he realizes that he lost a week of his life, and the whole entire 30-minute film is like him losing time and weird stuff happening, and it is supposed to be insinuating that this is a person with Alzheimer's, and that definitely puts things in perspective why it is a very bizarre like film, and it kind of makes it sadder because it's like, if this is what it's like in your head, like when you have Alzheimer's, that's really 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 sad. I gave it 3 stars as well. I thought it was good. I can see the inspiration in the shots for Obsession. Definitely not one I would revisit, just because like it's it's not very impactful once you know what's going on. It's not very impactful. The next movie I watched was Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and I watched this on like Tubi as well. And this one didn't glitch for some reason. I don't know why Hellraiser 1 was glitching, but Hellraiser 2 was like smooth sailing. This was very, very like dated. Like as far as like the effects and stuff, it was very, very dated. And it was not, again, it was not really what I expected it to be. I think a lot of people already I knew going into the movie that the Cenobites weren't the villains, but it's like, yeah, they're like just there most of the time. The only thing I thought that was cool was that we got to see who each Cenobite was before they became a Cenobite. And there's one that looks like Nemesis. I'm gonna put his picture up here. I'm pretty sure he was the inspiration for the design of Nemesis in Resident Evil, but he turns out to be a child. Yeah, that had my jaw on the floor. Like, it turned around and it was a little boy hanging from that thing, and I was like, what? Also, I didn't mention when I talked about the first Hellraiser movie, this is my favorite Cenobite. I'm gonna put his picture up here. Excuse me. Sorry, my cat decided that she wants to be in this, so she's a shoulder decoration right now. But yeah, I'm gonna put his picture up right here. This is my favorite Cenobite. Why is he wearing sunglasses? I mean, I know why he's wearing sunglasses, but like, that's so funny to me. Like, you're supposed to be this demonic entity and you're wearing sunglasses. The movie was alright. I definitely would watch it again because it's got that sort of schlocky 80s feel. I gave it 2.5 stars, not as much as the first one, because the first one was definitely more impactful. What is happening? Okay, here we go. Alright. She's using me as a... Yeah, okay. Are you gonna eat my hair again? I actually have a video of her trying to eat my hair. Alright, but that was Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Good movie, enjoyed it, and... I'm looking at her in my OBS because it's so freaking funny. Oh, somebody closed the door outside, so maybe she'll lose interest in the chair. Yep, she lost interest in the chair. Okay. So the next movie I watched, this is one I've been dying to watch for a really long time, because of the fact that everybody like destroyed it when it came out, and I really wanted to watch this for myself and see it, and see if it was really as bad as everybody was saying it is. And oh my god, it is pretty bad. I would say, listen, there are some bad movies I've watched this like these last few months. It still doesn't top I Know What You Did Last Summer. However, it's pretty darn close. I would say it's like second in the running. The Strangers, Chapter 1. So this was like a trilogy that they were supposed to be doing, and it was like a big deal. It was going to be like, we're bringing The Strangers back. If you don't know what The Strangers is, it is a horror movie about a home invasion that these people basically just go into these homes and murder people, and it's supposedly like a religious thing, but there's never really touched on. And it was really popular when it came out in the late 2000s. It was extremely popular because it was creepy. For a lot of people, it was very creepy. The idea of you think you're safe in your home, and then somebody breaks in. I do want to point out though, because everybody always talks about how like, they broke into their house in the original Strangers and in this one, but in the original Strangers movie, that wasn't their house. They were staying at someone else's house after a wedding. So that wasn't their house. That was not their house. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there. This one, it's the same thing, kind of. It's not exactly the same as the original, but it's a couple. They're on a vacation. Their car breaks down. The creepy mechanic is like, "Hey, I'll fix it for you for free, and you can go stay at this house." And he goes and stays. They go and they stay at that house. And at one point, the dude just starts having a freaking asthma attack because he has asthma. And this was the part that really threw me, was the fact that this man was having an asthma attack. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, there's a motorcycle outside. I'll just go," because they left his inhaler in the car, and the car was with the mechanic. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a motorcycle outside. I'll just hop on the motorcycle and go get the inhaler." Aren't you having an asthma attack? You're gonna go ride a motorcycle in the middle of an asthma attack? I don't know. That was such a minor thing, because there were so many other problems with this movie that was such a minor thing. Really, really bothered the crap out of me. It has the audacity to have 2 other sequels, which aren't available yet to watch on anything, I think, except for Stars. And I'm like, just get it over. I just want to get it out of the way. I gave this one 1 star. It's on Peacock if you're interested. I gave this one 1 star. It was not good, and everybody was right. Sometimes I do like to give movies a try that people say suck, because, sometimes they don't actually suck. Sometimes they're pretty good, but yeah, no, y'all were right about this one. Peacock was coming in with another one. This was one I didn't really care about, and I knew it was gonna suck when I first saw the trailer, and it didn't knock me down. It did not disappoint me. It definitely sucked. And that's Imaginary. So this is on Peacock as well, like I said. And this is basically a movie about a woman who moves into her childhood home, and her stepdaughter ends up befriending her imaginary friend, which her imaginary friend is not really imaginary. It felt... I don't remember when this movie came out. It was like 2024. Was it 2024 or 2025? I don't know. I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen. It felt like AI wrote this movie. It really did. It felt like AI wrote this movie. There was no heart or soul. Like, all the parts that they tried to put heart and soul in just did not resonate. Like, there was also this weird tension, and this is a nitpick from me, but the main character is a Black woman, and wow, that sounded wrong. No, that's not the problem. The main character is a Black woman, and she's married to a white man who has obviously white daughters, and it's very obvious that the older daughter doesn't like her. And I feel like for me, even though I know the angle they were trying to spin was that it's the stepmom and she doesn't want to be, you know, she loves her mom. Her mom is like the best, so she doesn't want to be around the stepmom. But it kind of felt a little racially charged with the fact that it was a black woman and the fact that the eldest daughter was so vitriolic against her. And I'm like, were they trying to make it seem like the daughter's kind of a racist, or am I just reading this wrong? Maybe I am reading too much into it, but it definitely was a choice. Like I feel like, not saying that the stepdaughter should have liked her, the eldest one, but I feel like it would have made sense if they toned her down a bit, because she just had no respect for this woman. And I think it reads a little different when you're doing an interracial family, because even though, yes, it could be just because she's her stepmom, like, that she doesn't respect her, there's also that, like, does she also have something against black people? Like, it crossed my mind the minute I started seeing their dynamic. I was like, oh, is daughter racist? Are they gonna go with that angle? I don't know, reading into it. But also, like, because this movie was so empty, like, it wasn't even like, it's not even that it wasn't scary, or like, it was empty. Like, there was no soul in this movie. And because this movie was so empty, like, there's a part at the end where the mom has to do the stepmom has to do something that really hurts her to open, like, the portal to get to the imaginary world. And she cuts her hand, and that's not enough, so she starts telling the eldest daughter all of this horrible stuff that she thinks about her. Like, she just goes in on her, and while she's doing it, she's got tears coming down her face. And then when the door opens, the daughter looks at her and she's like, "You didn't mean any of that. It hurt you to say," or she says something like, "It hurt you to say that." And then they, like, that repairs their relationship, was because she said something that she feels that was so horrible, but it hurt her to say it. So the daughter's like, "Oh, okay, well, it hurt you to say that to me. Oh my gosh." And that opened the portal to the imaginary world. Yeah, I wasn't buying it. I will say, great comedic timing with the crazy old lady that was obsessed with the imaginary world finally getting to the imaginary world, closing the door on them so that they all can't leave, and then immediately getting killed after she does her maniacal, like, "We're finally in the place I wanted to be, don't you understand?" And she gets killed. Like, I was like, that was a great comedic beat. That was great. um but yeah, the movie was just vapid. There was just nothing to it. It's like, I don't mind a good popcorn flick. um like, like, there's a lot of movies I like that are corny, that are cheesy. So I don't mind I don't mind a good popcorn flick. But I will say that I do not like movies that try to have heart, but they don't really have heart in it. um I gave this one 2.5 stars. And I mean, I might watch it again. Like, if somebody wanted to watch it with me, I wouldn't say no, because it's not like it was, like, boring. It wasn't a boring movie. I did check boring. I did check boring. It wasn't boring, though. I think at the time, yeah, by the time I got to the end, I was bored. But, like, it wasn't boring throughout. I kind of was just like, okay, this is an interesting concept that I think could have been done really well. I think it would have been really good as an A24 movie. I think if it wasn't a Blumhouse movie, if it was, like, written by some twisted, deep director or deep writer, and it was directed artfully, like, the concept is really scary. You have an imaginary friend that apparently comes to life and tries to kill you when you're a kid. You leave that area, you don't remember it, and then you come back, and your child is now befriending the same imaginary friend, and now the friend is trying to kill your child. Like, that, I feel like it would have been better as an A24 movie. Then again, I feel like a lot of horror concepts would do really well in the hands of studios like A24 or Neon, or maybe even Focus Features. Focus Features has been kind of, like, knocking it out the park lately. So yeah, I feel like it would do better in the hands of those types of studios. This Blumhouse just definitely made it like it's a cash grab, and I wouldn't be surprised if AI wrote it. Okay, this next one. This was one that threw me for an absolute loop. And I honestly, like, when I finished this movie, I just sat there, I was like, wow, Now, I'm not gonna lie, this movie's not remarkable, but the plot twist in this movie hit me like a ton of bricks. And I am gonna spoil it, so I'll put a spoiler warning if you want to skip over this next part. I'll put a spoiler warning, and then you guys can just like go. But this is a movie that's on Paramount Plus. I had to dig deep to find this one, and it's called The Beldam. And if you know anything about the movie Coraline or the story of Coraline, you know why I picked that movie, because they call the monster or the other mother the Beldam. And this is basically a movie about a young mother who goes to stay with her mom to help her renovate this old house and sell it. And she's now being stalked by a witch. She's now being stalked by a witch. The movie was super slow. The scares were all incredibly predictable, and it very much leaned into the whole like crazy woman trope that I know a lot of people are tired of, where nobody believed her. I kept wondering why the mom was so mean to her, because the mom was nasty to her, like just so mean to her. And I had all these guesses. I was like, I bet you the mom is into witchcraft and that's why this is happening, or the whatchamacallit, the nanny that they had there, I bet you she's into witchcraft and that's what's happening, because it was all about witchcraft. Come to find out of nowhere, it towards the end of the movie, this woman has been going through it. She's been trying to protect her baby. She's been McFreakin' losing it the entire time. Come to find out that she is actually an elderly woman with dementia. And she still thinks that her daughter, who died, is alive. And the mom that she's staying with, the mom, is actually her daughter. And that's why she was being mean to her, because, she was trying to take care of her and she was getting frustrated. It took this movie from like a 2-star movie to a 3-star movie, and it actually made it so freaking sad. Like, the moment when she realizes, like, because before she, like, you see her as the young version of herself talking to her daughter, and in the mirror you can see the elderly lady. Before, I was like, what? And they did a good job at concealing that it could potentially be that, because even like when they go back and they show you all of the instances where she was older, like there's this one scene where these people are looking at the house to buy it, and she comes out. Now, mind you, she's carrying a baby doll around. She's not carrying an actual baby. She comes out of the kitchen and goes up to the people, and she's like, oh, this is a great house. You would love to buy it. And she's like, oh, this is my baby. Would you like to hold her? And when they show you her as the old lady, she's holding this baby doll in front of this couple, and they're like, what the hell is happening? And then after that, she says that she's going to feed her baby, and she just starts opening her top. And so it kind of like, I was like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, when that happened in the movie, when it was her younger self, I didn't think that, I was kind of like, yeah, it's a little weird, girl. Why are you just like whipping it out? Like, I'm not saying there's anything weird about breastfeeding, but like, it almost seemed like, it just seemed kind of off to just walk into a room, ask a stranger to hold your baby, and then start breastfeeding in front of them. Like, it just was an odd sequence of events. And I'm like, oh yeah, because she's sick. Like, she's actually sick. So the movie basically ended with her realizing that she was trapped in this really bad like cycle, and getting out of it, and is kind of had like a little, like, she lived happily ever after. She stayed with her daughter, and the nanny was, she figured out the nanny was there for her, and the nanny was there, and like everybody was like kind of happy at the end. But it does keep like kind of phasing back and forth between her and her younger self, and you can kind of tell that maybe she's not fully out of that thought process. And it's just sad. It's just sad because, like, if you've ever had a family member that's been affected by like Alzheimer's or dementia, it's really sad to watch them deteriorate. And it's also scary thinking about it, like watching it from their point of view, because it's like, the fear that this character felt was so visceral, was so real. She believed there was a witch coming to take her baby. She believed it with her whole heart, only to find out there was no witch. she didn't have a baby anymore. Her baby just died and she couldn't cope with it. Now, I don't know if this was maybe, like I said, Alzheimer's and dementia. I don't know if this is maybe a psychosis that the mom had been going through for years. I don't know. I don't know, because they didn't really make that clear. But it's very clear that something was not right with this woman, and it made it really sad. And it made me less mad at the movie, because I do kind of hate the trope of like, ooh, crazy woman, there's bad things happening and no one believes her and they think she's the one doing it. I hate that trope. Like, Smile 1, that pissed me off. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. She absolutely is killing all of these people in these weird ass ways. She's doing that. Okay, cool. But in this movie, like, it was the same thing. It was like there were bad things happening. There was one point where she, like, I think tried to set the bedroom on fire with like a candle, and she was asleep and she had the candle like on something, and then when she started to smell the smoke, she woke up. And it's like, when you see that type of stuff, you're like, oh my god, like, they're doing the whole like maybe the witches possessed her, and then you realize, no, it's just somebody who doesn't know what's going on. They're not aware of what's going on. And yeah, they tried to burn their room down because they're so deep in this delusion. I hate to say that, but it is a delusion of the fact that there's a witch trying to take their baby. It is so, like, it's so sad. It ended up making it a better movie, so I gave it 3 stars. I would watch it again if somebody wanted to watch it. It's a little bit of a heartbreaking movie. It kind of hit hard towards the end, but I did not see that twist coming. That really got me. So yeah, surprise, that was a decent one. All right, so this is my highest rated one, and I'll explain why. In this month, this was my highest rated one, and this ended up being like a movie I really liked, and I'll explain why in a minute. The Cleansing Hour. Now, this movie's on AMC or Shudder, whichever one you want to look at. It's on there, and it's about a guy that is doing a live stream show where he's a priest and he does exorcisms, and he's super popular, and but it turns out that all the exorcisms are fake. No one's actually possessed. And then when he goes to film a show, he faces a real demon, and everything just goes downhill. And I gotta be honest, there is nothing I love more when it comes to horror, when there's that trope of, I think this is fake, and then it just gets real. It is the reason why I love Grave Encounters. It's the reason why I love Hell House LLC. It's that feeling of like, this is not real, this isn't really happening, to, oh shit, this is happening. This movie was so fun, and the girl that played the demon, awesome. She was so good. I loved that girl. I don't know what she's doing with her life now, but that she was really good. Like, you could tell she got into that role and she was loving it. It was very, like, it was very painful to watch. There was a lot of really, like, it was pretty gory. It was pretty gross. It's pretty gory. There was quite a bit of vomiting. So that wasn't fun for me, but it's a possession movie. I expected it, so I was just kind of like prepared for it. And Kyle Gallner's in it. And that was one thing I didn't know, because I'd heard of this movie before, but I didn't know that Kyle Gallner's in it. He just seems to pop up everywhere. Like, you're not looking for him. He just appears. But I really liked this movie. This movie was a lot of fun. It was funny. I like the whole, like, taking an influencer, and especially a religious influencer, and throwing them into a situation that is all too real, that they are not prepared for. And also dealing with trauma and, like, the like, childhood wounds and stuff, especially around religion, because this guy that was faking being a priest, he did have some wounds. All in all, I liked it. I gave it 3.5 stars. I liked this movie. Give me more of movies like this. Another one that was pretty good, but I didn't like it because I didn't like the ending of the movie, because it was just ridiculous, was Late Night with the Devil. I'm sure you guys all know that. That was another one that played on the trope really well of, played on the trope really well of, like, this is not real. We don't believe this is real. And then holy shit just got real. And I always think about the one part I loved about that movie, and like I I mean, maybe one day I'll try to watch it again. I'll just have to fast forward past the medium vomiting, because that really messed me up too. I had to take a break from the movie after that because that was really awful. Um, but what you would call it? When the hypnotist was hypnotizing, or when the hypnotist was making the guy believe that he had bugs inside of him, and this guy, they're showing you this guy, and he's cutting himself open, and he's pulling these bugs out, and he's freaking out, and then finally he says like the word, he like snaps his fingers, and then it goes back to normal, and there's nothing there. And then the host, I think his name was Jack, David Dastmalchian, that guy. He says, like, how is that fake? Because we all saw it, and and the reason why I like that is because it almost felt like they were playing with us too. Like, was that real? Did that actually happen, or was that all in this? Was this hypnotist making us all believe we were seeing this man disembowel himself? I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a cool scene. I'll give that one a try again someday. We'll see. But The Cleansing Hour, good movie. Good if you're looking for a good, fun time involving demons. This is a good one because it doesn't really take itself super seriously. And I really did like the ending. I won't give away the ending, but I really did like the ending. The ending was sick. Like, I don't mean sick like, yeah, sick. No, I mean like, and I don't mean sick like it was gross. It's just like, oh, that's so bad. Like, that's so bad. Like, the implications of that, horrible. Horrible. So yeah, good movie. The next movie that I watched after that was The Void. Not the void that's there. Not that. Though she is very cute. Actually, I'll put a movie up of her right now. Look at her. Look how cute she is. A little tail going. She's so cute. Little sleeping face. I just want to bite. Okay. Yeah, she's adorable, isn't she? No, this is that movie, The Void. This is what I wanted to watch for a really long time. I remember when it was on Netflix, I always would pass it and go, oh, I gotta come back to that. And now it's on Tubi. I decided to watch it, and I will say this. Interesting concept. Kind of has like a culty aspect to it, which I really liked. Knives Chow was in it. If you've seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, you know who I'm talking about. Knives Chow was in it. Did not get the ending. The ending did not make sense to me. I loved the cosmic horror. I loved the body horror. Was insane. I loved all of that. The special effects were great. Just the ending really confused the hell out of me. I gave it 2.5 stars, but it is one I think I would revisit. I didn't follow the ending, really. This next one is another one that I really wanted to watch before when it came out. And I saw it on Netflix, and I've always heard from everybody it's a really, really good movie, and that's The Ritual. So this is a movie about 4 guys that go on a hiking vacation to honor their fallen friend, and they get lost in the woods, and something is hunting them. And it gets all pagan-y at the end. There's mentions of Loki. And when you see this creature, oh my god, it is probably one of the creepiest deity, god, creature designs I've ever seen in my life. It's so creepy. I didn't find it to be like as good as I think everybody was making it out to be, and maybe that's just because like the time has passed and stuff like that. Like, a lot of time has passed. The acting was great. I was very believable. The relationships were very believable. I absolutely loved the scenes where the main character, I don't remember his name, I'm so sorry, would wake up and like be still in the woods, but then he'd also be in the convenience store where his friend died in the beginning of the movie. That was really cool. That was a really cool visual, and it was like showing you like that. I'm guessing the deity was like tormenting him, like, oh, I know your deepest darkest secret, that you were there the night your friend died and you didn't do anything. Totally like a good visual. So the part when he opens the cabin door and the cabin door leads right into the liquor section of that convenience store, ooh, that was good. Like, not scary, but it was just like, oh, that's so, like, that is so, like, evil. It's just so evil. Like, you open your front door and you're faced with the thing that haunts you the most, and it's that convenience store for him. That was like, I was like, that's evil. That is evil. It was good. I enjoyed it. I probably would watch it again. I gave it 3 stars just because I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a lot more intense than it was, but it was not. Also, I also had to knock a star down because when they were showing the markings on the trees, several of the markings that were on the trees are runes. I am well versed in runes. I know how to read like runes, like I know how to read them and I know what they mean. And I'm looking at all the runes and I'm going, yeah, that's protection, that's stability. And it always makes me laugh because I'm like, do y'all do any research to like know what this stuff means before you stick it in like a movie and say it's demonic? I hope so. Maybe they were trying to go for that. Maybe they were trying to go for the cult protecting themselves. Maybe. I'll give them that. So, all right. And the last movie that I watched, I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. This is another Osgood Perkins movie, and it's also on Netflix. A mouthful of a title. A mouthful of a title. I just realized something I did not circle, and I should have checked that off too. So this one was about a woman that was like a hospice care nurse that was moving in with an elderly woman who very clearly was on her last days, and this woman is now starting to experience strange things. She keeps seeing this woman named Polly in the house, and at the end of the movie, she sees Polly and she dies. The reason I told you the ending is because, like, this movie is so uneventful. I don't want you to waste your time. I will say this. It is the most beautiful, like, script writing I've heard in a long time. The script, the voiceover parts were so pretty. And you almost got lost in them. It felt very, like, poetic, very Edgar Allan Poe. Very Edgar Allan Poe. And I love a good Edgar Allan Poe. But the problem with it was that there was just, like, it's not that there was nothing that happened. It was just like I didn't understand what the heck this girl was afraid of because nothing was happening. Like, she was just scared the whole time. Like, there was one time, well, there's 2 instances where she saw where something happened. There was one instance where the phone pulled out of her hand. That, that should have been your indicator to get out of there. And then there was the other instance where she turned off the TV and the ghost was behind her. But she was scared of the book. Like, she's reading this book that the woman wrote about the woman that died in that house, and she's like terrified of it. And it's literally just this woman talking about how she died. Like, it's not scary. It's not scary. It's sad. It's sad. It's not scary at all. But she's like, oh, I can't read it. It's way too scary for me. And I'm like, what do you mean? There's nothing happening. Like, this girl's just talking about how she's like, was murdered when she was young and, all that stuff. It was weird. It was weird. I gave it 2.5 stars. I probably won't watch it again. It's probably my least favorite Osgood Perkins movie. I'm sorry, I'm still impartial to Longlegs. Longlegs was fucking fire, dude. But this one definitely, like, it was beautifully written. I do think it was well acted. I do think the acting was really good. But I didn't know what there was to be afraid of. And, that really made it hard for me to get into the movie and to feel the character's fear, because I'm like, are you afraid of this woman? But this woman's a victim and she's not even trying to hurt you. Although I will say, great touch on having this woman have her head backwards and her feet backwards. So when she's walking forward, you're looking at her head and her feet, but like then you're not looking at like her arms or like the front of her, you're looking at her back. That was a pretty creepy visual. But yeah, it's a very pretty movie as far as the voiceovers go, but not really worth spending the time on watching. And that is everything I watched in July of 2026. Not a lot of like wow movies. I did watch Evil Dead 1 and 2. I didn't count those because I've already seen those a million times. Um, so like, but I did watch those. And I also watched not Interview with the Vampire. Well, I did watch Interview with the Vampire, but I watched The Vampire Lestat, um, which kind of was the reason why I like fell off from watching movies for a little bit, because that was priority for me. Good season, fun season, weird season, but good season. And Armand still holds my heart. I don't care what anybody says. I am on the Armand defense squad. I will be one of those people that gets the Armand told the truth tattoo. I can't even. No, because, like, no, he is a manipulative gremlin. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, that is it for the what I watched this July. Thank you for joining me. My next video is actually going to be about Halloween Horror Nights. I'm going to be talking about all the announcements because we're getting ready to go, and it's going to be so exciting. I'm going to try to take some video of the event while I'm there the first night, because I'm not going the first night. I'm not going opening night. I'm going the night after. But I'm going to try to. They're doing so many new things. I'll talk about it in my video, but I'm really hyped for this year. I really am. It's an anniversary year, and it's gonna be a good time. I have a gut feeling it's gonna be a good time, and it's a good time that's needed, because oh my god, this year has been rough. This year has been rough. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about these movies. If you saw any of these movies, if you agree, you disagree. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content. If you don't subscribe, the Void will beat me up, because that's how she wants her treat. This is how we're getting her treats. So yeah, if you don't subscribe, the Void will beat me up, and I really do not want her to beat me up again. She did beat me up a couple days ago, and that was very, very scary. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.